Good morning. It's time to wake up, Western Slope.
Back at it again. Good morning, and thank you for starting this Wednesday morning with all of us here on Wake Up Western Slope. I'm Ethan Noah.
And I'm Chance Stickland. Glad you could join us this morning as we approach the 6 o'clock hour on the Western Slope. Let's take a look at your top stories.
Absolutely.
Despite Election Day being more than 6 weeks ago, controversy remains for the Mesa County Elections Division. Mesa County Clerk and Recorder Tina Peters was at the Commissioners meeting on Monday, demanding the election department be turned back over to her. Rob Hagan now shares the very latest on this unprecedented situation.
Comments from both the public and public figures are welcomed at the Commissioners meeting. You have 3 minutes.
I am now the Clerk and Recorder. I demand to have my election department completely returned over to me.
Mesa County Clerk and Recorder Tina Peters is under criminal investigation for an alleged election security breach, leaking sensitive election data and passwords to a QAnon conspiracy group. This fall, a Colorado judge ruled Peters could not oversee the 2021 election in November.
Judge Robinson said until the election is completely done, that's 2021 election, and she listed both the actual election, the hand count, all of the ballots being redacted and uploaded online, and all the ballots being recounted on clear ballot. Until all of that is completed, Wayne Williams is the official designated elections official.
The remaining elections processes could take months to complete, and the criminal investigation could take even longer, but Peters is persistent.
It says neither the Colorado Constitution nor the Colorado Revised Statutes vest the Colorado Secretary of State with the ability to appoint a designated election official for Mesa County. What you're doing by continuing to keep me out of my elections office is unlawful.
I want to make sure that there's no identifying information on those ballots before we upload them online. And then after that, then we have to ready the ballot images for clear ballot to count them as well. So once both those processes are done, then by court order, Tina Peters will resume her duties as the designated elections official.
Something that could change should the FBI Secretary of State or local district attorney charge Peters with a crime. For Wake Up Western Slope, I'm Rob Hagan.
With all the comfy new mattresses out there these days, a lot of old mattresses wind up in the Mesa County landfill, and that is a problem. To help out, the county's 2022 budget includes mattress hauling and recycling, but mattresses are only part of the problem. Carrie X's Austin Sack digs into our local landfills and has more.
Landfills have been around for centuries, but inevitably, they run out of space. Mesa County's landfill spans 127 acres, but available space is shrinking.
We've only got so much airspace that will allow us to dump trash out there.
30 million mattresses end up in U.S. landfills each year, and in Mesa County, we see more than 15,000. Mesa County hopes to save space by working with a front-range recycling company, Springback, Colorado.
Mattresses take up an incredible amount of airspace out in the dump, and it costs us hundreds of thousands of dollars in airspace every year.
More than just freeing up space, mattress recycling reduces this expensive, toxic, and unnecessary demand on critically overburdened landfills.
The landfill only has a certain amount of years to it. And so with us taking all the mattresses out of the landfill, we've extended our life, the life of the landfill, for years.
The program with Springback, Colorado helps not only extend the life of landfills, but also our planet.
We have sent out 2 loads per week, approximately 140 mattresses per load, and to date we have sent out 4,500 mattresses.
Although this is a great start, officials with Mesa County's landfill wish someone locally would improve recycling efforts.
It is very limited. Right now in Grand Junction there isn't anybody that takes mattresses. The facility, Springback, Colorado, they currently take 6,200 mattresses per month, and we send all of our mattresses there. We're trying to get something locally. It would be a great business for somebody to start.
For Wake Up Western Slope, I'm Austin Sack.
Now, mattresses are 90% recyclable. Springback, Colorado breaks down mattresses into individual components, everything from wood, steel, cotton, foam, and those individuals are recycled or repurposed. But nobody in Grand Junction reuses the whole mattress, and recycling programs in general are stretched thin.
Yeah, now we've got new life for an unoccupied building in Grand Junction. Potentially, the former City Market grocery store located off Root Avenue and 1st Street has been empty for a couple years, in fact 2019. Now the City of Grand Junction Council says they're looking for a new tenant that meets the needs of the community. The building is 60,000 square feet and has an ideal location within the city. The proposed new buyer, the Junction, is looking to rebuild and start a 250-unit housing project. City Council members are looking to help the new company by pursuing a $3 million grant.
We also talked about making application to DOLA, the Department of Local Affairs. There's some grant money available for infill projects. The whole market, of course, is deteriorating and doesn't make a real good front door entrance for our city, so we're interested in seeing that changed.
Affordable housing continues to be one of council members' top priorities. Mayor McDaniel says the overall project has a long way to go, but is excited about the building's future. And this morning we're learning about a local nonprofit that is benefiting from a record-setting grant. Roaring Fork Outdoors volunteers will be receiving almost $300,000, in fact $298,000 from Great Outdoors Colorado. The nonprofit conducts a variety of environmental stewardship activities and programs from Aspen to Parachute. The grant is part of Great Outdoors Colorado Stewardship's Impact Program, which focuses on improvements to ecological and recreational opportunities.
And it's that time of year, Christmas and all the other holidays right around the corner. And while some do find joy in those holidays, others may feel anxiety, depression, maybe even grief. KREX's Cora Dickey talked with a local mental health counselor who shared some advice on how to cope moving forward.
Anxiety, depression, and grief. This time of year can take a heavy emotional toll, and when it does, Hope West counselors are there to help. Joni Beckner and her team host sessions on how to handle the holidays. Beckner says the first year without a loved one is not always the hardest.
Sometimes it's often the second series of holidays that come forward when the reality of the loss has set in, or the reality of life changes that happen due to an illness.
Holidays are meant to be happy, but some just want to get through them.
There's really no right or wrong solution, but it's being sensitive to what our own need is and communicating that to family members, trying to get everybody's input.
Every case of grief, depression, and anxiety is different. Being open and creative helps.
We have kids that have been in a group recently, and they're creating memorial ornaments to acknowledge their person and to use in decorating the house or the tree.
The best advice Beckner could offer anyone coping with grief is to celebrate holidays your way.
The key is making a decision about those parts of the holiday that we really want to do, that are really meaningful to us, rather than feeling that obligation to do all the things on the list.
Reporting for Wake Up Western Slope, I'm Cora Dickey.
Thank God. Last week, a devastating tornado barreled across more than 200 miles in Kentucky and the surrounding region, wiping out entire communities. Among the agencies responding to the emergency is the Red Cross, with volunteers from across the country traveling to the Bluegrass State, including 5 from right here in Colorado. Those volunteers are trained for nearly every disaster scenario. Some help create shelters for people displaced or hand out food and clothes, while others help assess damages. But you don't have to volunteer in Kentucky to help. The director of the Red Cross Western Slope Division says donations are also critical.
The quickest and best way to get your support to people who are impacted is by going to 1-800-RED-CROSS and calling that number and making a donation, or by going to redcross.org, clicking on the donate button and moving forward like that. That really does help get the resources that are needed, the people that are needed, down to the impacted area as quickly as possible.
Myers says the recovery process can be extensive, and new volunteers are scheduled to switch out for as long as it takes. Currently, more folks from the Western Slope are preparing to deploy within the next few days.
And in other news, an overnight water main break created a sizable sinkhole in Colorado Springs neighborhood. Police say a driver found out the hard way when their vehicle fell into the hole just after 3 a.m. City crews responded to the scene in the 6300 block of Northwind Drive, which was closed to everyone except those who lived on the block. The exact size of the sinkhole remains unknown, but police say the residents can still get in and out of their driveways. 16 customers were without water service due to the water main break. The vehicle that went into the sinkhole had to be towed from the scene due to extensive damage.
And remarkable women are everywhere. They inspire us, lead us, and help make a difference in our lives. I have several, my mom, plenty of cousins, aunts, all over the place. What about you, Chance?
I could probably just reiterate that exact same message.
Perfect. Well, we're actually searching for them. KREX5 and Fox 4 are searching again for those remarkable women across the Western Slope. If you do have a remarkable woman in your life, now's your chance to honor her by sharing her story with us. Submit your nominations at westernslopenow.com, just like it shows on the screen. Look for contests and follow the instructions to submit your nominations. In February, we'll highlight 4 local women who will be considered for Nexstar's nationwide 2021 Woman of the Year Award.
And in your agricultural news, 2021 is turning out to be an expensive year when it comes time to natural disasters. No surprise about that.
Absolutely.
Details in today's Ag Day Minute.
I'm Clinton Griffiths with today's Ag Day Minute. Another price report shows inflation continues to grow. The Labor Department says prices at the wholesale level surged by a record 9.6% last month compared to a year earlier. The agency saying its producer price index, which measures inflation before it reaches the consumer, rose 0.8% last month compared to October. Now that's the highest monthly reading since June. Food prices jumped 1.2% in November. Energy prices rose 2.6% last month. Natural catastrophes around the world caused insurance losses of $105 billion this year. That's according to an estimate from Swiss Re, a reinsurer. Now that's the 4th highest figure since 1970 and 17% higher than last year. The most expensive events this year were Hurricane Ida and Winter Storm Uri, along with flooding in Europe. And check out what one family in South Africa found in their Christmas tree. One of the country's most venomous snakes. It was a female boomslang between 4 and 5 feet long. Now the snake's venom can be deadly in small amounts. A snake expert was called in to recover it, and it is now safely back in the wild. For more Ag News, watch Ag Day weekdays on the station or anytime at agweb.com and follow us on social media.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you, Chance, as someone who's nearly been bitten in the face by a snake several times, that's my worst nightmare.
And like we mentioned last hour, I'm horrified by snakes, and that hasn't changed, and it will not change.
Well, it's time to take a look at that dog walking forecast with meteorologist Chris Knoll. Chris, what about you? Big snake guy?
Not much of a big snake guy. More indifferent to them, but it's really just alternative Christmas decorations if you think about it, just having the snake wrapped around the tree. But if you're thinking about the weather, well, it's going to be cold and windy today. There will be low chances for some scattered snow showers in the Grand Valley until around noon. And once we get to the afternoon hours, high temperatures will drop down to the mid-30s once again by 3, and expect to see a cold day. I'll have all the details in 90 seconds.